Virgo, welcome. Welcome and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be doing your August 2026 reading. We're going to be taking a look at what we've got going on for this month, and it looks like you have got some level of inner conflict that you're having to deal with. So you've got a couple different things you're working through, and you're trying to figure out how to solve some problems that are perhaps just in your own head, could be with other people. I guess we'll find out what we've got going on here. Okay, and this is a lot of eclipses. A lot of eclipses and a lot of lunar energy this month. There's a big eclipse happening at the end of the month. That is a full moon in Pisces, I believe, and it is definitely coloring a big shift in energy. A lot of endings, beginnings, kind of vibe. Things that have been percolating for a couple of years are kind of coming to a close. So just keep that in mind. It's the energy of the month. So it looks like what you've got going on right now with this, Page of Swords. Looks like you are potentially doing some studying, spending some time online, looking into things, trying to figure out how something's going to work. What are you trying to figure out here? What is it that you're trying to figure out? So Virgo's got the Three of Pentacles as the kind of card of building things. This feels almost like it could be work-related for you this particular month, but then could be relationship-related. You never know. It's however it resonates, but you're definitely trying to figure out how you're going to make something work with somebody else or with a group of people. And you've got a lot of good ideas. I think you've been emboldened by a lot of creative energy. So a lot of passionate energy. If this is a relationship, there's been a lot of good feelings, physical interaction, maybe a lot of flirtation, a lot of kind of, butterflies in your stomach. And it's new. It would be something new. And you've been maybe trying to figure out, maybe you're watching this person online, doing a lot of, social media, digging into them, feeling inspired to look into them a little bit more. Eight of Pentacles showing me that the universe is trying to help you guide yourself down a slow and steady building path with this. Your intuition is telling you you're building something, that you're working on something, and you shouldn't stop working on something. I'm definitely getting moving forward energy with this month. It doesn't seem to me like there's not a lot of finality. And like I said, this month is a lot of ending cycles. Almost every other sign that I've read this month, and you're the second to last, has had a 10 of Wands or a 10 of Cups or a 10 of something. You have not, or a Fool card. You do not have anything like that. Everything here seems like you're in the middle of doing something and things are moving along. Things are going pretty well. I mean, the Judgment card here at the end does seem like there's a little bit of karmic, maybe not finality, but there is going to be some level of payment for work done here that you will be receiving. So that could be a bit cyclical, but again, it seems most of the energy I'm feeling here is not that way. Most of the energy I'm feeling here is currently working at it. The Prince of Torches, otherwise known as the Knight of Torches, Wands rather, very flirtatious, you've got somebody here that you've been seeing maybe recently a little bit, maybe you've been kind of laying the foundation for something, and you have been putting your energy into it by maybe sending communication. Maybe you've recently had an exchange with this person. If this is work related, maybe you've recently had an exchange of ideas with a group of people that you're working with to get this project off the ground, and it's lit a fire, and it's got things going. It's got you feeling a little bit. Now this Five of Wands here is the overarching vibe for the month, is making me feel like you are a little bit in your head about how this is going to work out. You don't know how you feel about all these feelings. You got a lot of feelings happening right now, Virgo. This project or this person is making you feel a lot of things, and you are spending some time really looking into it. I don't know if you're feeling a lot of things and you're just spending a lot of time online, looking at them, thinking about how you can make it work. What are the things that we could do to make this work? All right, let's see if we can get some clarification here on this Three of Pentacles and this Princess of Swords, this Page of Swords. Again, the Page of Swords can be learning new things, but it's seeking it out. It's you seeking it out, and it can be seeking out information about a new person, new project. You are actively feeling like you want to know more about this thing because you're into it. You're excited to build it. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Oh, that's a lot of cards, but yeah, we'll take them. We'll take them. There's a lot of cards, but it took a while to get them, right? All right, so we've got, watch me saying there's nothing about like cyclical finality or anything like that, and then haha, the Death card and the Ten of Swords come out. So apparently I was mistaken on that. So this is something where you have had to let go of something, and you are moving forward into a new thing. The Sun is showing that you have a new thing coming, that there again, some kind of new inspiration, some kind of new idea has come into this relationship. This new person came in and suddenly woke something up in you, shed some light on this version of you that you want, and it's made you feel like everything's going to be brand new, right? Either maybe a hard breakup happened, and now you are in a position where you're trying to get out there and expose yourself to the world in a good way, not in any ways that you shouldn't, but like, you know, show yourself who you are and show yourself to the world, and kind of get out there. The King of Cups here and the Knight of Cups, both of which are showing me you want to be more emotionally available. So if this is a new person, like a relationship that you've had to end, something's had to come to a close in a way that was maybe a little bit difficult for you. So you have since let that go, and now you are moving forward. This Page of Swords rather is showing me that you are moving forward now. You have taken the initiative to start looking into this new thing. It could be you lost your job in an unexpected way. Like it was just like, oh, the job is over. Okay. And now you have found a new position, or you're looking for a new position, and you're feeling very optimistic about it. The Sun card is this like shedding light on new things. It's a very positive card. It's an extremely positive card in the deck, the Sun card. So I think that you are open emotionally to new ideas, to new people, to new experiences, to a new job if it's a new job, but you're trying to figure out how to make that happen. So this could also be you like putting your face out there with online dating, and you're trying to find a way to get yourself, you know, out there in the dating scene a little bit more, maybe using the internet as your means, like your phone, to do that, as opposed to doing it just like getting out there. And maybe you're thinking, well, maybe that isn't it. Maybe there's somebody who's in your purview, somebody you like and you've been looking at, and you're kind of using the internet to figure out, okay, well, what do they do? What do they do for fun? Maybe I can put myself kind of in and around their situation. But somebody or something has sparked a new experience. So you have a new thing coming. Whether you lost a job or relationship, there is a new thing that has presented itself, and you are very excited about putting yourself into it and allowing yourself to kind of be present with it more emotionally. You may have gone through a time period of taking a minute to heal from this thing, but you're ready now. You're ready. This thing has shown itself, and it has got you ready to go. Like maybe you were feeling a little down on yourself because a relationship ended kind of unexpectedly or harshly, and then all of a sudden somebody walked past your door that was like the hottest thing you've ever seen, and they like looked at you and you looked at them, and then they looked at you and you looked at them, and like, right, that kind of thing. Like this Ace of Wands, like all of a sudden I'm feeling something, right? I'm feeling excited about something. I'm feeling inspired by something. And if this is a person, then that's a person, right? All right. Six of Swords. So whatever this new thing you're moving towards is, you are trying to do it in a way that I think you are being safe. I think you are being careful. I think you're a little bit nervous that moving with too much of this wand energy towards this new thing is going to put you in a position of compromise that you don't necessarily want to be in. Queen of Pentacles, yeah, showing me you are thinking about, you're taking it slow, even though you feel all this energy, you feel this excitement, you really like this new person, or you're really into this, you were feeling very like, oh, I would very much like to get you alone kind of vibe with this person, or this like, I love this job looks great, this is such a good opportunity, but I need to be intelligent about I need to protect myself. I need to make sure I am doing this in a way that's not going to put me in a compromised position financially, or make sure I'm doing this in such a way that's not going, maybe this person, you know, I've been hurt before and I don't want to necessarily take that chance. So I think you're maybe being a little bit hesitant on doing anything with this, or taking the first steps in establishing this. And this Eight of Pentacles is telling me the universe wants you to start really working towards establishing this. It doesn't want you to dilly-dally anymore. The Eight of Wands, it wants you to move. It wants you to start manifesting this, making it happen. Eight of Wands is one of like fastest moving cards in the deck. It's a card of like manifestation. Like, I want this to happen and I want it to happen now. I don't necessarily, the universe doesn't want you to be waiting anymore. So if you're waiting at all, if you've been kind of like hesitant on going forward with this new thing because you're concerned, lovers, if you've been concerned about going forward with this new thing because you're like, oh, I think that if I move too fast, it's going to be problematic. I'm going to put myself in a bad position. No, the universe is saying no, move fast, move fast. The universe is saying this is something that requires speed. This is something that requires action. The Lovers is telling me, look, if this is this is very possibly a relationship situation that you're dealing with, Virgo. So if this is somebody that has got you going, it's because they got you going. Like, you are correct. You are correct. This person is into you. You are into them. It looks like they, at least from what the cards are saying here, this is resonating with you. Yes, that person is interested, and that is a possibility. You do have hope there. You know, it is something that could happen for you. Five of Cups is kind of like letting things go, or more like feeling it out, like feeling out something because you're taking your time because you're regretting things from the past, or you're reminiscing on how things didn't go well, and so you're kind of neglecting the opportunities that are before you, right? So you are not taking action because you are worried that this is going to end up hurting your feelings. You're thinking about the ways that this didn't work out in the past, the ways that you've been hurt by this in the past, and it's causing you to delay. But you are being guided to move. This is something that's going to be fulfilling for you. This is going to make you feel like whole, where you are feeling kind of have right now. Whether or not that's through a relationship or it's through a new job or a new calling, you know, that's up to how it resonates for you. But if you have found a person that has sparked your energy and has sparked this new excitement where you had been feeling, oh, I'm kind of bereft of that right now because I've had to go through all of this hardship, then this is saying don't ignore the possibilities or overlook a possibility because you are being too busy. You're too busy thinking about how things didn't work out in the past, how much this might be like something similar from the past, right? It's like crying over spilt milk. Okay, let's see what we got for the Prince of Wands here. Knight of Wands, if you will. What do we got for the Knight of Wands in the recent past for Virgo? So I feel like there was a lot of flirtation that's recently taken place between you and this person, I think. Six of Wands. Yeah, very victorious energy. So I think something happened. Either this person has like given you some attention and made you feel kind of appealing and attractive. This person has made you feel, Page of Wands. It's a lot of like communicative. This person sees you as I think this person sees you as very powerful, very strong, like a person in a position of like victory, a person who's somebody who wins a lot, a person who is successful. And I think you make them feel that way too when you exchange your energy. I think that in the recent past, there's been an exchange of energy between you and this other person. And it has shown a better side of both of you. Like, it's exposed a successful, strong, a very attractive, very steady version of both of you to each other. So I think you've communicated in a very passionate way. Again, could be flirtation, could be that you just exchanged like communication recently that was just a lot, that you just spent a lot of time talking to one another. You've perhaps had some revelations about each other and about each other's past, or about who you are, that have made you feel even more excited about this person, but also maybe threw up some red flags because there was a lot of parallels to previous situations. And again, with the job, this is all the same thing with work too. It can all the stuff can be translated to relationship stuff or to finance, honestly, because it's whatever's going on in your life. However this is resonating for you right now, Virgo, if it's resonating for you, you will know how. All right. Judgment. Three of Swords. Okay, why am I not surprised that came out there? What else have we got for Judgment? Whoa, Three of Swords, Nine of Swords, Yahtzee, and the Strength card. Okay. So you are super worried that you're going to get your heart broken again. You have recently had, again, some kind of big unfortunate breakup, unfortunate loss of something very important, or that made you feel like that had you down emotionally, like had you held down like strong, and it's gone. All of a sudden it was gone, and you felt kind of like, oh my gosh, okay, I gotta rebuild. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna like make my life work, and maybe I need, you know, to find new love. Maybe I need to find a new job. Okay, now I'm starting to like lay the groundwork for that, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, this thing has come around that just looks so good. Now allow me to proceed and freak out about the 7,000 different ways it could not work out or be horrifying for me. That's what's happening right now. You are very worried about how this is not going to work out for you. I think a lot of that, again, has to do with concern of like things are starting to move, whereas maybe things were taking a little bit longer, but things are moving quickly. This is something that isn't taking its time. This thing is moving quickly. And you need to be, the strength card here is showing me that you need to, because the Nine of Swords is all about like, it's like nightmares. It's like feeling really up in your head, bad up in your head about this, feeling very unsure, a lot of anxiety about, concern about you being hurt, or possibly you hurting somebody else, but like this just not going well for you in some way. That you feel like could be really, really devastating, almost karmic, like really like hardcore. You do not want to see a cycle repeat where you get hurt again, and you're trying to be strong about that. But also, I think they're saying the strength can come from not worrying so much, right? Be strong and move forward. You can't stay in one place forever because nothing's ever going to change. All right, so now we're going to look a little bit into the universal overall energy for this. Ooh, let's see what we got. Oh, there we go. Everything's kind of all over the place. All right, Virgos, if this is resonating for you, please let me know. Let me know how you feel about this in the comments. If this is you, if this is, you know, your situation. It's always nice to hear from you and how you feel about this. Also, please do like the video if you like the reading, if you like what you're hearing here. It helps the channel, helps me get out there more. You'll see my videos more if that happens for sure. Strength again. Hello. Okay. You're being very strong here. You are definitely doing the best you can, I think, to hold this down for yourself. You're trying to do what's best for you, Virgo, in this situation. There's for sure. Oh boy. You're feeling a little bit tempted by things you're concerned about. I think maybe the devil's getting the better of you in that, like your own worry. Oh my goodness, with these cards right now. Okay. And last we've got Prince of Pentacles. Well, way to close it out. And then you're at the bottom here with the Hermit. Way to close it out with, with a bit of a whimper with all this. Oh my goodness. So you've got the Devil. We've got the Strength card here for you. You are trying very hard to do what's best for you and do what makes you feel, and what's going to make sure that you're going to be safest here. You're trying to make smart decisions. You are feeling very passionate and very excited about this. And I think that's freaking you out because you're not really interested in that as much as like it seems like people should be. You're more interested in feeling safe. You're more interested in feeling confident that things are going to be okay and that things are grounded and that you have what you need. You are less excited about having some whirlwind romance or some exciting new job that other people would think was really like, oh, and you're contending with this Ace of Wands. You're contending with this Ace of Wands energy, which is this very fiery, inspired, kind of like juicy energy that you got. And you're like, look, I've got to be the strong Virgo. I've got to make the right choice. I've made stupid decisions in the past, right? I've made foolish choices that have led me down paths foolish choices, hopes and fears, that has led me down paths that I did not expect and didn't want. Six of Cups. Nostalgia, looking at your past, thinking about the past coming back around again. You are limiting yourself on your energy moving forward. You're limiting your propulsion forward because you are dwelling on things that happened in your past that did not go well, that are mirroring this thing that is coming to you now. The Devil, now this is the energy surrounding you here, which is interesting. I don't often get this card in this position, so I'm curious to see what it has to say, because this is a card of like being tempted, and to me, I think that the anxiety that you're feeling, honestly, that Nine of Wands, that Nine of Swords, that Three of Swords, could be what it is. Four of Cups. Ooh, you could be fighting some kind of addiction here, possibly. It could be that you are afraid that this situation that you're getting into could put you in a position where you are being tempted by something you're being put in a position that's tempting you with something that you have had to potentially overcome in the past. The Four of Cups can often be, it can be a card of not taking offers that are being given to you, again, because you're too busy looking at the past, you're too busy looking at what you have, or it can be a card of overindulging, like overindulgence. And the Devil with this could certainly be overindulgence, some attitude, some addictive attitude or behavior that can limit your possibilities, perhaps that you've overcome and that you don't want to be faced with again. Like maybe you're concerned that whatever this new job or this thing or this person is somebody that might put you back in front of that addictive situation again, and maybe put you in, you're going to have to face that, and you don't know that you want to do that again. You don't know that you're interested in putting yourself in that position again. Four of Cups with the Devil. It could also just be that you have a tendency towards not going for the new offer because you are too busy worrying about the past and keeping things safe. And that's just the Devil is the energy that you tend to grab onto, is your limiting belief of yourself, which is that because this happened before, it's going to happen again, and I just don't want to make the same mistake twice. And there's so many reasons not to do XYZ. Maybe it just doesn't make the best sense for me intellectually. All right, let's see if we got anything else for that Devil and that Four of Cups. But if it is something where you are a person who has an addiction that you've overcome, and you think that this is going to potentially put you in a compromising position with that, you know yourself. If you genuinely don't think that you're going to have the strength to avoid that situation, you don't put yourself back in the position. Like, don't put yourself in a position where you can't overcome the problems, right? Where you know that you're going to have issues. But the universe is telling me here that it thinks that you might be able to hack this. You might have this. All right, let's see what we got here for the Fool, because I'm not getting anything else for that Devil and that Four of Cups. Okay, the Fool just, popped a bunch of stuff out. All right, let's see. Fool gave me once again with that Queen of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, and the Queen of Swords came out as well. So this new beginning, you are very nervous to take this first step. You have been laying some groundwork. You've been doing the research. You've been looking into it to see if it's a good thing, right? Because it's exciting you. It's very exciting for you. It seems smart. It seems like it makes sense. But you are taking your time because you are really not sure if you're going to go left or right, right? You're ready to go. Your foot is stepping off the precipice, right? You're getting ready to go, and you're just still holding back. This Queen of Pentacles card is in this Two of Wands card. Is you hesitating still. Hesitation, waiting. Don't want to make a choice because what if? There's a lot of that happening right now. And a lot of that what if is you in your own head. Queen of Swords, you're just really thinking about all of those. We call it sharks in the water. With my family, my mother would say, like, well, you can go in the water, but what if a shark bites you? There's sharks in the water, and it's like, well, I'm still gonna go swimming in the ocean, Mom. Like, I'm gonna have a good time. It's like, yeah, I know the story about the girl getting eaten by a shark, which is horrifying, but no, that's not what's happening here. Like, this isn't that situation. And I think that a lot of this is you trying to get beyond that limitation. You've got something that's holding you back. Now, this Prince of Pentacles here in the future is showing me that I don't think you're necessarily taking my advice on this one. I think for right now, you're going to continue to go at the pace that's going to seem the best for you, that's going to seem like it's building this groundwork and that makes you feel more stable. Prince of Pentacles, otherwise known as the Knight of Pentacles, is a very slow-moving energy. It's slowly building, right? He's on a slow bowl, like it's slow to move, slow to build. Making sure that everything's in its place before you actually start laying foundation, all that kind of stuff. You're definitely making sure that this is going to be the right thing. And I don't know if that hesitation is going to mean you're going to miss this thing, and you're just going to wait for the next thing. Let's see. All right, so we've got I believe that's the Magician card, which is another one of yours. And the Four Canby and the Four of Swords. Okay. Yeah, there's definitely not movement right now. You are still manifesting this. You are still trying to put the energy out there of exactly what you want. I think you're really just trying to make sure that whatever it is that you go with here is exactly what you want. So even though you're really into this person and this person really gets you excited, I don't think you're making any moves right now. I don't think that you're necessarily going to do anything dramatic. I don't think you're going to do anything differently than what you're already doing. If you're in, like, non-communication with this person. I think you're going to stay that way for a while. I don't see in the month of August you doing any big different strides and making any changes in that regard. I see you continuing to build and work on making sure that this thing is what you really want. That's what I see you doing for the month of August, Virgo. So I'm sorry, it's a kind of anticlimactic ending there, but hey, it's not my fault. That's what the cards are saying. It looks like you're just kind of holding yourself back a little bit here, and you know, the universe is saying it's not necessarily on your side with that. It kind of is giving you a little bit more push than you seem to be accepting. So let's see if we got a little advice from the universe here to end up your reading, Virgo. It seems like whatever you went through was pretty painful, and you really have a lot of reasons to be hesitant, you know? Nobody's saying that you don't have reason, but sometimes you got to kind of overcome your worst case scenario and do the thing that just makes you feel good. That makes you feel good. All right, let's get some advice from the universe here for Virgo, please. Give me something, anything. Speak to me. Okay. Well, it actually 2 came out. That shot out. Power and the crown. 42. It's my favorite number. All right, let's see what we got here for power number 1 for 19. This one's actually come out a couple times for a couple different signs. So we've got, when serpent enters your life, you can be assured that creative energy is high. Like the phoenix rising out of the ashes, you have the ability to rise to any challenge. Serpent is associated with kundalini, it's creative energy. You may also have a shedding skin and outgrowing something in your life. Serpent power brings to you the gift of intimacy. Observe how you crave or avoid close contact with others, whether your attitudes to your sexuality or creativity require integration. Let your power rise and express itself in all areas of your life. Being as wise as the serpent with any direction you consider, which is what you're doing, right? You're being wise. You're doing that. You are feeling that energy, right? Absolutely. But it is saying you may have to be willing to observe how you crave or avoid close contact. Observe the way you're allowing that powerful kundalini energy to express itself in your life, or if you are allowing it to do that, right? If you are not, perhaps you are not allowing that energy out. And I think this is saying, you know, you're smart. You're not going to move too quick. So do maybe allow some of that out. All right. And then finally, we've got the crone here. Release. The crone sees that you are being called to the wisdom place, to go within and release any attachments to the outside world so that you can gather understanding of your current experiences and make sense of your life. A maturity is called for that gives no place to familiar emotional patterns or thought processes, but rather uses each opportunity to see beyond the illusions of small self and so step into a far greater reality. The crone coming into your life now shows that you have just experienced or will shortly experience a change or release that requires some deep response. You are being advised to let go and let life shape itself. Life is change. Embrace your wisdom. There is no need to stand in the dark. So you will know when you are ready to take the step that is necessary to begin this new thing. If you have found someone that really gets you going and very much so sparks your interest, maybe just throw a line out, right? Give them a little, hey, would you maybe just want to hang out, or just like talk to him a little bit? You obviously here had some kind of exchange in the past that made you think that this was worth something for you. So rather than throwing everything away and throwing the baby out with the bathwater, allow yourself to feel some of that passionate energy and maybe start the process of moving forward in this new situation. Okay, Virgo, I hope that this resonated for you. If it did, again, please let me know in all the ways, and I will see you in the next one. Have a happy August. Bye.